All right, I'm the Flat Rate Master, and today we're starting a new segment, Ask the Flat Rate Master. If you got a question for me, I ask that you email me at my email address. It'll be in the description, but the email address is flatratemaster@gmail.com. So if you got a question for me, email me and I'll get it on a show. And depending on how many questions you guys send me, how often I'll do this show. So the first question is from Thomas EXO VCDS, fellow YouTuber, asked, what's in the fridge? You guys looked at my shop tours, my toolbox tours, you know there's a fridge between my toolboxes. And he's like, is there beer in there? Is there Monster in there? No, nothing that interesting. Coke Zero, always in there. Coffee creamer, Cinnabon. I keep bagels in there and honey butter for my breakfast. And during the summer, I'll have Gatorade or Powerade, depending on what I can find on sale. So nothing real exciting in there. We've got a liquor store literally next door. So if I'm feeling frisky, I just walk next door and pick something up. So nothing fun in there. Next question. A bunch of people have asked about this. I got it from my Matco dealer. It's just a little model toolbox that he sold me. They have some promotion going on with it. I didn't buy the tools, he just sold me the box. But it was pretty cool. I thought it'd be cool to have behind my toolbox. So, made by Matco. I'm sure your Matco dealer can get you one if you want one. All right, next question. And I've gotten this several different ways and several different, so I'm just going to combine it into one. And it's all about wrenches. Do I think Flank Drive Plus snap-on wrenches are worth their cost? Absolutely. These are the best wrenches, in my opinion, across the board. Nobody makes a better wrench than Snap-on. I mean, you know, you guys know I buy a good bit of Matco. These are the best wrenches out there. Next question is about these ratcheting wrenches, and specifically the spline drive, and also some of the issues with it and that kind of stuff. There are some instances when you're wrenching really hard, and if you get it a little cockeyed or it's really tight, it will jam on the fastener with the spline drive because it's not a traditional ratcheting wrench 12-point. But small price to pay for the amount of abilities these tools have. The extended shank is actually really handy for a lot of situations where that's enough to get a fastener and break it loose and run it out when you don't have enough room for a socket or another kind of wrench. Now, I have warranted the 12 and 14 twice. I've warranted the 13 once. Now, the 14, I stripped the teeth out of it one time, teeth out of the 13, 15 one time, and one time I actually broke the pin for the flex mechanism. But lifetime warranty, so hand it to my tool dealer, he gave me a new one. So hope that answers your questions on that. Next one is about specialty wrenches, specifically weird shaped ones, S-shaped, the half moon ones. Do you need those? The answer is maybe. Depends on what you work on. Diesel guys, it's pretty much a given they're going to have S wrenches and the half moons for turbochargers. Automotive guys, not really. Now this wrench right here, as you can see, it's got a weird bend. No, I did not bend it like that. This is a distributor wrench, and it's actually my dad's. It's from Napa. It's who knows how old, but it's for doing distributors on older vehicles. So you get in there under the distributor, pop it loose, and you can adjust the timing. It was a something I keep in my toolbox. I can't say the last time I've actually used it, but sometimes those wrenches will save you. So the answer is it depends. Next up, I've kind of already answered this, but crow's feet. Some guys go, oh, you don't waste your money on those. You'll never need them. I can tell you for an absolute fact, 99% of the time, you will not need them. It's that 1% where you're trying to get that line loose or that, bolt loose or whatever, you need a crow's foot. So if you've got somebody in the shop they can borrow them from, just borrow them if you need them. I'm the go-to guy for borrowing tools, so I tend to have them. So yes, it's one of those tools you will need, just not often. Of course, the same with stubby wrenches. You will need those. It's part of the business. I got a question about flare nut wrenches, and it was specifically other than bleeder lines. Will I need them? Yes. Power steering lines on GM, Ford, Hondas. I mean, anybody that uses a nut style instead of a banjo style power steering line or hydraulic fans, you will need flare nuts because they are softer, and if you go in there with a rusty fastener, you will round it off and your day just went to hell, because now you've got to do that line that you may not have been needing. Now if you're replacing the line and you can get in there with a cutoff wheel or a little saw, cut it off, use a socket if you can. Remember, flat rate. If we're replacing it, who cares if we break it? So next up, everybody asks me about the shop. Do I own it? Absolutely not. I am an employee here. I am the shop foreman. I've got a great boss, takes very good care of me. So, he lets me film here. He's a cool dude. He's actually a former engineer for Ford and Volvo. So, when you complain about engineers, I actually got one to yell at. And he's told me stories that you don't want to blame the engineers. You really want to blame the project manager and the money guys. The money guys are really what does this to us, guys. All right, shop location. I am located, the shop is in Buckhead, Georgia. Atlanta proper, basically. Not the city actually itself, it's a suburb. It's not a suburb, but a part of Atlanta called Buckhead. I live on the west side of Atlanta. My commute, just so you guys know, is 45 minutes to an hour depending on traffic in the morning, and an hour plus on the ride home. Now I know some of you guys are going to go, why don't you just work out by you? Truth of the matter is, it's all about money. If I worked in the area I live in, I would make a lot less money. For a couple factors. One, the economy's a lot more depressed in that area, and so I wouldn't have as much work to actually do, and my flat rate would not be what it is here. It's significantly lower where I live. It's a nice place to live. It doesn't pay to work there. So, you know, it's fine. I don't mind commuting. I get to smoke a nice cigar on the way in. I get to smoke a nice cigar on the way home. I just chill and relax. No big deal. Other than it's Atlanta traffic. Last question we're going to answer is about our computers and what we use. Our management system, and we are a paperless shop as far as no paper ROs. We don't do, we don't print ROs. We don't do handwritten things. Everything is done on computer. Now we can print out wiring diagrams, stuff like that, but we just don't print ROs because everybody has a computer with the management software. Type in your notes, and for us, we actually also choose our parts, write up our labor, and yes, we get paid for that. We also have all data and Identifix for our information, and it's all right there, so it's real quick and easy to help us diagnose cars. I really do like Identifix for diagnostic information. I tend to go all data more for information on how to do a repair, wiring diagrams, and code set criteria. But when I'm looking for my quick tests to verify a problem on a check engine light or whatever, I go to Identifix. Do not use Identifix as a silver bullet. It will get you in a lot of trouble. Yes, 45 people have installed that part and fixed it. Chances are you will be one of the guys that is not in that group. So do your tests. Use Identifix the way it was intended. Now, I used to be very against Identifix because it was the silver bullet king. But they do have some great tests in Identifix. So that's what we got going on as far as our management system. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you liked it, give me a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, give me a thumbs down. Hopefully you guys want to hear more stuff answered by me. Email me in the description. And please subscribe. I am the Flat Rate Master. Thanks for watching.